World watches Matt Wolff swing a club and they look at, well, he puts the club anywhere but online. They get caught up in that. But if we forget that for a minute and we just look at the specific movement patterns of his golf swing, what is it about that swing that allows him to play with so much power and precision?
I mean, he's got a huge turn. I think that's one of the biggest things that he does. He has a huge turn. He lifts his foot up like Nicklaus. He has a lot of the same qualities Nicklaus did, as you know, in the backswing. We talked about Jimmy Bruen. He's got very similar backswing characteristics as far as his structure up top. Where he's getting his power is obviously full turn, but really he digs into the ground more than anybody I've seen on probably tour. I mean, when I say dig, he's going into a front bend or
so from the top, he's going down.
Down, absolutely. If you don't have a turn and you start going down, you're coming over the top. So most people are going up or tilting. For him, he's got such a complete turn with a lot of depth that he can really like eat the golf balls, what I say.
You threw a name out just now, Jimmy Bruen.
Yes.
Our audience might not know who Jimmy Bruen is. He won the British Amateur, Boys Amateur, when he was 16. He won the British Amateur 10 years later. He was a star on the Walker Cup. The reason you threw his name out is because, well, his golf swing is very similar to that of Matt Wolff. Again, this falls under the category, there's nothing new under the sun. Take a look at this now. Jimmy Bruen was from Northern Ireland, and he was known for hitting golf shots prodigious distances like this man. What movement patterns, again, do you think that these swings are similar? I mean,
absolutely.
Where the club's pointing
so
and the
cool.
movement patterns, right?
I mean, the first time I saw this, I was, to be honest, really tripping that this guy was so similar. I mean, obviously, Jimmy Bruen has a little bit deeper hand path, but at the top, Jimmy Bruen's a little higher than Wolff, so they go in a little different way. It's almost like a Rory out to deep. That would be the only difference, but as far as their shaft, they're both crossed up top. I'd say Wolff digs in the ground a little bit different than he does, but the actual swing direction up top is pretty similar.
This is Jimmy Bruen from about the early 1950s. Of course, he was a Walker Cup star in 1956, and then he tragically injured his wrist and so didn't play anymore. His career sort of ended. I hear people, I talk all the time about Matt Wolff's golf swing, and they're like, yeah, but it won't last, or he's going to get injured. Do you ever hear criticisms like that? And
I've
if
been
so,
hearing it since
how do you
I
answer
very
it?
first came on Instagram. It was very, I mean, Matt took it very well because I'm like, listen, first thing I taught Matt is to be okay with all outcomes. When I say be okay with all outcomes, if people are talking trash about you or basically anything that we deal with is basically our ego being damaged. And as soon as he's okay with all these outcomes, he can flow. And when he flows, as you can see. And he's not worried about what everybody else is thinking about him or talking about him because it doesn't matter. All that matters is what he thinks. And I have a lot of confidence in him, and he has a lot of confidence in me. And so, that being said, when people talk about his swing being different, it's going to get him paid. That's the cool part. It's going to get him paid because it's different.
And I think, I mean, and he said it serves as motivation. He likes to prove those people wrong.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think you got a great point because he does prove people wrong on a rig.
And
so
to your credit,
nice.
a lot of people wanted to change that swing. He arrived at your shop, and you said, no, you're going to be the number one player in the world.
His dad was worried about that. That's the first thing.
You have an interesting background. Where'd you come from? A high school wrestler, and how'd you get to where you are today? If you can do it sort of briefly for us.
Real brief is I was a high school wrestler. I was going to wrestle in college. I decided actually I started getting addicted to golf real quick, like when I was 18. Played for like 2 years at junior college, walked on and played at Cal State Northridge and then got a scholarship there. So then after that, I was playing, traveling, always studying golf swings and was a caddy and then decided I wanted to get into teaching as I played and Janet Gretzky actually got me a job at this golf course and it was kind of cool. I got lucky. That's how I got to, I owe Janet Gretzky. Hopefully she's listening.
And George, your phone's going off like about every 35 seconds with someone saying, hey, I'm hitting smother hooks and I'm going to St. Andrews next weekend. Can you help me out of a jam? Right? I mean,
all day long.
All day long.
All day long.
Hey,
my wife over there is always angry at me, but she's being cooler lately. So.
Congrats on your success.
Yeah.
It's so fun following you. I learned from you. You're awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
I don't know about you. I'm going to go eat a golf ball. I love that. I love that visualization. I'm going to go eat a golf ball.
Better finish your turn.
Lots of fresh new lingo from George Gankas, one of the bright stars in the world of instruction. And